Alright guys, BLM here. We are back with another episode of Assassin's Creed 2. We're doing the Battle of Forlì, and we're nearing the end of it. We're definitely going to finish it in this part, and then we'll also start the Bonfire of the Vanities, which, yeah, this will be the last episode I record for tonight. I'm really fucking tired. By the time we finish this, it's going to be 1:30 in the morning, which will be the second day in a row that I've recorded until 1:30 in the morning. And yeah, obviously I woke up pretty early today as well. So, I mean, not super. I woke up at 8, but considering I actually didn't like fall asleep until like 3:30. So it's like, yeah.
Basta! Where are my children? Let them
And
go.
I'm sure it'll be the same thing tomorrow as well. I'll probably wake up at around the same time. But we'll see.
A certain map and a certain apple, brother. See, a certain apple indeed.
Yeah, fuck these guys, by the way.
way.
One of them's Cesare too, right?
Bastardi!
If I remember right.
You think you can threaten me? I'll give you nothing. You want my children? Take them. I have the instrument to make more.
Oh, JC's so bitter right now. He's talking about how come every competition is physical. Oh, I'm talking about Big Brother, by the way.
You have 1 hour.
He just lost the final HOH, or the second part of the final HOH. Upset about why is everything physical and stuff. But I think after the way JC is talking right now, I think 100% Tyler should try to not win this final HOH. If Casey can win final HOH, vote out JC, I think Tyler's getting JC's vote. Because he's talking so much about how it doesn't fucking matter if Casey wins because we lose anyway. I feel like he's going to grow resentment over these next few days about that Casey... Okay, so it's this mission. Fuck this mission. Yeah, you have the 10-minute fucking... thing. Time limit. But I feel like he's gonna grow resentment over these next few days for Casey, and especially if Casey ends up voting him out. I think Tyler just got that vote on lock at that point. And again, that's still the thing is, even if everything goes right for Tyler, where he does get Haley and Fessy's vote, it's still not enough. He needs one more vote, whether it be Sam, whether it be Brett. Because the thing is, because the only way, first off, the only way Tyler wins at all is, at this point, is he needs Angela and Scotty, which I think are his two biggest locks. Though even Scotty isn't necessarily a lock, and even Angela isn't necessarily a lock against Casey. But he needs Angela and Scotty, for one. Then he needs Haley and Fessy. So yeah, I mean, he needs Haley and Fessy, and then at least one of JC, Brett, or Sam. And I do think he gets JC if that is the scenario. So if he can get those 5 votes, he wins. However, another situation that can happen, even if he but then again, he doesn't 100% need Haley and Fessy, but if he does... Oh wait, I just realized we're looking in the wrong way. If he doesn't get Haley and Fessy, it's a much, much harder road to get those 5 votes. Because he would need Scotty, Angela, as I said before, but then he would need all 3 of Brett, JC, and Sam. And it could happen. It's a tough road for him to get Sam's vote, I feel like, at this point. He could get it. We'll see. Again, I feel like Sam's vote is going to be very random and really just determined on like how she's feeling at the time. But we'll see. I mean, yeah, he would need all 3 of those votes. So, I mean, definitely his best chance of winning is getting Haley, because with that comes Fessy. And through his already kind of locked votes, again, I don't even think they're even locked votes, but his kind of locked votes of Casey and the other one, Scotty, he would only need one more vote there through either JC or Brett, which I do think is possible. But either way, I think this is going to be a very interesting final 2 either way. I mean, It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough for Tyler. No, I shouldn't say it's gonna be tough for Tyler to win. It's just that he needs everything to go right for him. Like, to be honest, because the thing is, the way people seem to be acting, this jury just seems so strange. Where everyone seems very, it's just everyone has the wrong read on everything. It just seems like everyone doesn't have an accurate read on what's been going on in the house, and I feel like that's what makes this jury so strange. Is that because usually with these other juries, these people have relatively accurate reads on what's going on in the house. I mean, like, really, I can't think of the last time. I mean, really, I think it's only happened with Godfrey in Big Bird Canada 3. I can't think of any other time a Final 2, like, the jury just had such a wrong read on the Final 2. Because I'm trying to think of, BB19, obviously, they knew Paul was running a game. They just decided not to reward him, which is fine. BB18, again, both of them played well. Both Paul and Nicole played relatively well. I do think Nicole played slightly better. And so did Devon, who became the deciding vote. So, whatever. Again, I think they had the right read there for the most part as a jury. I think BB17. I think BB17 is a bit of a mixed one. I do think Steve obviously played the game more strategically, though I don't think Liz played a terrible game either. But I do think at the end of the day, probably Steve is the rightful winner there. Though I think both played decent games. I think it's actually a really tough one there. I would have probably voted for Steve, but because the thing is, the way I would vote is that I would vote for whoever would be higher on my winner rankings list. Which again, my winner rankings list is determined by dominance in the game. And with Liz and Steve, it's like kind of a tough one because they both played. Because like the thing about Liz is that she was in the Majority Alliance for most of the game, and she was a pivotal member of that Majority Alliance. That she was the connecting piece between Austin and Julia, which allowed them to be like a threesome there at final. Mind you, obviously Julia didn't trust, didn't trust Austin all the way, and also the fact that a lot of it wasn't being done because of strategic reasons. It was just because obviously Julia was her sister and she generally liked Austin at the time. Obviously that kind of changed, but whatever. So I mean, it's like it's kind of a. So she was technically in a better position through most of the game. However, Steve thought about his positioning more strategically. Actually, I think he's really a very good. He had a very good read on the house. I mean, for the most part, I think there was a couple moments where he probably thought certain people were better than what they really were. But I mean, he had the perfect read on Vanessa. Which really is the reason why he ends up winning that season. He's able to read Vanessa and convince Vanessa that he would take her to the end, which obviously didn't end up being true, and it shouldn't have been true because he loses against Vanessa.
You want to see your boy walk again, Katarina?
Are we going higher?
Or I'll throw him off the edge.
Help me! I don't want to be here anymore!
Ah, shit. We should have had hidden blades out. That was a mistake. There we go. Got it.
Katarina was a fool to
Then obviously,
BB16,
they had the right
dying for a
read.
handful of change. Was it worth it?
More than you know.
BB15, they had the right read. BB14, again, they had the right read, but they just decided not to reward the person who controlled more of the game. But again, that's fine. BB13 is like they were both bad, so it's like whatever. See, I mean, I can't think of the last time a jury's really had like the wrong read on the jury. Again, like Hayden and BB12 was the right read for the most part. BB11, I mean, not really though, because again, they got the right read. It's just that they didn't like Natalie. Oh, fuck off. Okay, fine. So it's like that's like whatever. BB10, obviously they had the right read. BB 9 was about right. Yes, I really can't think the last time a jury is just like not known, like has been like so far off on their interpretation of how the game went. Yeah, I think this is the first time in a very long time, if not ever, that a jury has been this so far, like has been this off about how the game has been played. And that's because, that's the way the level 6 played, is that they didn't really, like, they allowed everyone within their alliance to know what was going on most of the time, but they didn't tell anyone on the opposition. So it's like all the opposition doesn't really know what's been going on. And even like Brett, even though Brett like was part of level 6, like he didn't even know a lot of the stuff that was going on towards the end of the game there. Like obviously he knew a lot of the stuff from earlier, but it's like a lot of the stuff like in his final weeks, like he really didn't know any of the stuff that was going on with Angela and Casey and Tyler and all that sort of stuff. So
They attacked again.
yeah.
Keko Orsi. He has the apple.
What? No! Where is he?
We chased him out here. But the bastards escaped into the mountains.
I'm going.
Let's go.
A great metalwork here.
But yeah, this DLC sucks. I really don't like the battle. It really just fucking sucks. I really don't like it. But whatever. Like, it really does nothing either. I like, from a narrative perspective, all it does is like just show Ezio lose the apple, and like give Katarina a couple more like scenes, but that's about it. And, like, it just shows how Savonarola got the apple, but whatever.
There he is! Snaju! Get away!
No! Damn it.
I would like to see you. He will not get away.
Try to think, yeah, I mean, like, even Big Brother, I mean, Big Brother Canada, I'm trying to think of, like, juries that really did, I mean, maybe BB Can 6, but the thing is, I think at the end of the day, they did make the right decision there between Kayla and Paris. Even though at the time, I was thinking, you know, Kayla should probably win, but I think in retrospect, thinking about it more, yeah, I do think that, Harris was the better winner there. Even though I still don't think Paris is a great winner. There we go. And then BB Can 5 was about right. BB Can 4 was about right, even though again they both fucking sucked. Oh my god. And BB Canada just has some terrible fucking final twos.
A prize of such value.
Actually, I guess not really. I guess it's really only one bad final two, but just bad winners. Okay. Then obviously, I think the biggest example of this so far is BB Can 3, where they really didn't understand the game that Godfrey played. And a good amount of the jury members have said since then that they would have voted for Godfrey if they had known. And because I believe it was enough for him to win, right? Because I believe it was like the Diaper Alliance, and the entire Diaper Alliance, which would have been enough for him to win against Sarah. But again, the mistake for Godfrey that I think not many people talk about is that he should have taken Ashley. He wins against Ashley 5-4. It's such a weird... BB Can 3 is such a weird season where at that final 3, each person could win against the... Like, Sarah wins against Godfrey, Ashley wins against Sarah, but Godfrey wins against Ashley. Like, it's a really weird combination because obviously we saw the scenario that played out, which is... Oh yeah, so by the way, Savonarola just got an apple, obviously. But the situation we saw play out was Sarah against Godfrey, and Sarah won 7-2. However, what would have happened if Godfrey took Ashley, which this was confirmed by the show afterwards, the forgot what it's called, the morning show afterwards, that the vote would have been 5-4 with Godfrey winning against Ashley, because it would have been
The apple.
who was it? It would have been Cindy.
Like a monk.
I
think.
What was it? Cindy, Willow.
Katerina, I have to go right away.
I mean, it's essentially the non-diaper people, with the exception of Sarah, would have voted for Godfrey. So I think it's Cindy, Willow, Brittany, Bruno, and Bobby would have voted for Brittany, while the other 4 vote for Ashley. So it's like, yeah, Godfrey wins that scenario, 5-4. And then there's also the other scenario that could have possibly happened, which, I mean, if Ashley had won final... I mean, no, actually, this scenario is never happening. Because if Sarah won HOH, she was voting out Godfrey. But either way, if the scenario did happen of Ashley and Sarah at the end, Ashley wins that scenario.
I'm going to miss you, Katerina.
Oh, I know you will.
Because you run down the votes at that point. If it's Ashley against Sarah... Okay, wait, so let's continue on. Fuck, this is actually taking longer than I remembered. But, alright, Ashley against Sarah. First jury vote is Cindy. She votes for Sarah. Second jury vote is, who is the second member? Bobby. Bobby votes for Ashley in that situation. Essentially, Bobby and Bruno were never voting for Sarah in any situation. So they vote for, Bobby votes for Ashley. So that's 1-1. Then you got Kevin. Kevin votes for Ashley in that situation. 2-1. You got who's the third? I'm fucking tired, by the way. You got Willow. That she votes for Sarah, so that's 2-2. You got Bruno, who votes for Ashley, so 3-2. You got final 6 was Zach. Zach votes for Ashley, 4-2. You get Peely. Peely votes for Ashley, 5-2. She really wins. Then after that, you got the other 2 votes where Godfrey votes for Sarah, so 5-3, and then Brittany votes for Sarah, so 5-4. So yeah, Ashley wins 5-4 in that scenario. So yeah, it's a really interesting final. It's a really interesting final 3 where like each person could have won against someone else in a certain scenario. Like it's a really strange final 3 because I don't think that's ever happened in any other reality show that I can even think of, like even Survivor. Like I can't think of any other final 2 season that like where each member of the final 3 could have won, depending. Oh, I just realized I'm supposed to do this undetected, aren't I? Or am I not? Okay, never mind. I thought I was supposed to do undetected, but maybe not.
Blessings on you.
There we go.
Grazie. I wonder if you can help me.
What do you seek?
A monk in black robes who lacks one of his 10 fingers.
Well, Brother Guido has only 9 toes. You sure it wasn't a toe?
It's so fucking
And then
ridiculous.
there's Brother Domenico, but it's his entire left arm he's lacking.
Again, quite sure it was a finger.
Now wait a moment. I do recall a black-robed monk with 9 fingers. Yes, of course. When we had our last San Vincenzo's feast at the Abbey.
Yes, I know the place. I'll try there. Grazie.
Go in peace, brother.
I always do.
Okay. So yeah, it looks like Casey's already told JC that she's not going to take him to the final 2 if she wins. So that's pretty interesting. So let's see what Tyler does. I mean, again, like I think again, best case scenario for Tyler here is he throws final HOH. But then again, this final HOH is something that's very hard to throw because it's It's really just random. I mean, it's which is again, like I know people advocate for randomness in competitions. I really don't like it. Like it's essentially just like picking a random number generator at that point. Like it's like why? Like I feel like there should be at least some sort of skill to competitions, because if not, then what the fuck's the point of having competitions? Okay, I guess we're not going this way. Like I really don't like this like crapshooty sort of thing that they have here with the final HOH. And there's obviously these other HOHs that are crapshooty type things, but I'm more like the drop the ball into a thing and like whoever gets the highest score wins. I don't mind those nearly as much because there is like, as much as people say it's a crapshoot, which it is a crapshoot, but at least there's some skill to a degree, because there's like obviously the skill of essentially it's increasing your odds by dropping at a certain point. Of course, like things can go wrong, whatever, it can bounce around, who the fuck knows, but there's definitely like an odds sort of game there that you can play where it's like the best case scenario is if I drop it here, whatever, it can drop in that spot or that spot or that spot, but there's strategy to it to a degree, even though again the actual outcome will become a crapshoot. While with the jury questions, I mean, I guess you could say it's a skill, but really, it's just such a crapshoot because you have no clue. What any of these people are saying, especially because these are like, for the most part, like,
Excuse me.
obviously manufactured sort of questions.
Unholy demon! Get away!
What's wrong?
You're the one who killed Brother Stefano! Brothers, the killer of monks has returned!
Ah, shit. My phone fell right when that happened, shit. Who's the guy that we're trying to catch? What? Who are we trying to catch? This guy? I don't know. Who are we supposed to get? I guess not that guy.
Well, troublemaker. I want no part of this!
Okay.
Don't hurt me, please!
There we go.
Please, no. I don't want to
I
die.
only kill those who kill others. And your brother Stefano was a killer. I'm sure you are no such thing. Now, listen to me. I'm looking for a black-robed monk who's missing a finger.
Missing a finger, you say? Do you mean like Fra Savonarola?
Savonarola? Who is this? You know him?
I did. He was one of us for a time.
And then?
We suggested he retire to a hermitage for a good long time.
I'm afraid to say his retreat has come to an end. Where would he have gone?
Oh dear. Santo Spirito? In Firenze? It's where he studied. Perhaps it's where he would return.
I thank you. Go with God, brother.
There we go. We're done with the battle for Lee. Which that was something. Okay. So yeah, we're on the Bonfire of the Vanities. So we got through the parts that I wanted to get through.
Hey Desmond, I think I repaired that busted memory. Why don't you try opening it?
Again, doesn't this just make so much more sense if we did these after we did sequence 14, since they're like corrupted memories and everything, and they even mentioned that they are corrupted memories? It's so fucking dumb. It really is. It's like, why are we forced to play this? Oh fuck, we're only 24 minutes. I guess we have to start it. Shit. Alright, let's do Bonfire of the Vanities, I guess. I didn't want to, but I guess we'll start it a little bit. Oh shit. Okay.
Funny clothes. Must be a francese.
But in reality, like, how the fuck did Savonarola even control Venice? I actually don't know. Like, how did he overtake the Medici? Actually, I guess the Medici, like, didn't Lorenzo, I forgot, Lorenzo just died, right? And then it was like everyone was just like fighting to get control or something. Or maybe his son took over and his son sucked. I think, is that what happened? I don't remember. Whatever. To be honest, I would like to know, but I couldn't be bothered looking it up right now. But I love how depressed the city looks right now. Yeah, why is that always the case? Like, I know why it's the case in media, but it's like, because I get that the, like, making everything more gray and everything makes it look more depressing, which is to symbolize the state of the location, obviously, where it's like it's taken over, whatever. It's, yeah, I'm too fucking tired to really explain this, but it's like, this makes no sense, like, realistic wise. It's like, why the fuck is everything so... I guess actually for Bonfire of the Vanities, actually, I guess it's not that ridiculous, considering they are burning books and all that bullshit, so it's like there are fires everywhere, so I guess it would be smoky. So I guess actually it's not as ridiculous as I was thinking, but either way. At least in this situation, it's not as ridiculous. Fuck. There we go.
Salve, Ezio. You picked a fine time for a homecoming.
Then it's true. Savonarola has taken control of Firenze.
Yes. No doubt aided by that treacherous artifact.
We should get to work on retrieving it.
That may be more complicated than you think.
When isn't it? Why don't you fill me in on things?
Walk with me. It all started a few weeks ago. The man everyone once reviled was suddenly the one they worshipped.
Ah, the apple.
Only in part. It's not the city he's enthralled, but its leaders. Men possessed of influence and power. They, in turn, oppress the citizens and ensure his will is done.
The people act as if they have no say in the matter.
Rare is the man willing to oppose the status quo. And so it falls to us to help them see the truth.
Those bodies bear the emblem of the Borgia.
Yes. The Spaniard keeps sending his soldiers into Firenze, and Firenze keeps sending them back. Usually in pieces.
Then he knows the apple is here as well. An unfortunate complication. On me.
Alright, I'm really fucking tired, but I guess we'll continue on for a little bit. We still have like 2 more minutes till the 30-minute mark, so... we'll probably get to the point where, I think we'll play to the part where we start getting, like, where we are, like, essentially in the open world where we can, pick any of the assassinations to do. Because I feel like that makes the most sense to stop for today. But yeah, I mean, we got decently far here. Again, like, perfect scenario would have been we finished the game, but, considering, obviously, I realized that was off. Like, that wasn't really in the cards, like, about 5 hours ago or so, a while ago. We made it pretty far. We made it for the night. I actually was worried that we wouldn't even make it past Battle for League tonight. So we got through that at least, so. So that's cool. And yeah, tomorrow we'll finish this up. Hopefully we can get through most of Brotherhood. We'll see.
Qui, let's do it.
Okay.
Leave me out of it, please!
Ah, fuck off. Ah, we're so close. Alright. Okay.
There he is! Laju!
Follow my lead. Stay close. A direct assault would be dangerous.
True. But what other option is there?
Aside from the city leaders, the people's minds are their own, correct?
See.
And they follow Savonarola not by choice, but force and fear.
See.
Then I propose we use these to our advantage. We can silence his lieutenants and stir up discontent. We will be
Here
distracted.
we go. Perfect.
I will have a
We
chance
just
to
passed the
strike.
30-minute mark.
Clever. I'll speak with La Volpe and Paola.
I forgot
They can
Paolo's
help
in
to
this.
organize the uprising as you free the districts.
Then it's settled. I'll take care of his abettors.
Well, there we go. How many are there? I mean, a lot. I actually want to count them first before we end the episode. Fuck off. How many are there? I don't remember. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, what the fuck? Okay, I just completely lost it. Oh, so we already have the map to the Codex pages now? Did we get that in the Battle for Lee? We must have gotten it in Battle for Lee. I thought we got it in this chapter, but I guess we got it in Battle for Lee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Oh, yeah, what's also ridiculous about this is that supposedly at the time that this was happening, Ezio also found out that Christina was here, and then she dies. Yeah, there's like, again, no reference to that anywhere here, which I know that the way they explain it is that, oh, it's a repressed memory and stuff. Obviously, I mean, it's just a retcon. But that's it. We're done. We're done for today. We'll finish this up tomorrow. But for now, thank you for watching.